please. Please let me grow up faster.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Please let me grow up faster.
They're attacking the sacred sakura! Stop them!
Into the wind! Illusion shattered! One with nature. There is no escape. Wind strike.
Wow, there are too many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Shine down!
Into the wind. Follow the wind.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Tevat. Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe, but even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies.
Hey.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for. As Inazuma's god, It is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land. Your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura. Illusion shattered!
As expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. There is no escape! Illusion shattered! Now he shall perish!
Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have Seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Have it...
After my... But now...
I'm also feeling very...
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. the yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow, there sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening, yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plain of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, specific, since you experienced that battle in person.
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Time to go. Yeah. One with nature.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're alright? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. There is no escape! Ha! Shine down! Illusion!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Transcend all constraints. Ha!
Hey, maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monster. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the god.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Shine down! I'm going in!
Barbados, guide us.
The wind knows me.
Clouds high. The birds come!
Torn to oblivion.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best, but the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the Almighty Shogun.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai. that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. He looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her, huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like... the situation... No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
One with nature.
It's my lucky day.
Let me try my blade.
The wind knows me.
Illusion shot!
Go and splat!
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm happy. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme! Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals, the very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way?
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Shine Strike down! Dead! Inazuma shines eternal! Weak! There is no escape! Be gone! Evasion is futile. Shine down! Absurd! Torn to oblivion! The eye sweeps the lands! Illusion shattered! Strike dead! Ha! Ha! Be gone! Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Down! Inazuma shines eternal! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Now you shall perish! This one, a fleeting shadow. Illusion shattered! Be gone! Torn to oblivion! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcendent. Now you shall perish. Pathetic. Weak. Illusion shattered. Pathetic. The eye sweeps the land. There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Be gone! Absurd! Illusion shattered! Euthymia crumbles before...
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her. 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever? She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel time on now. Okay, maybe. If we both ran into it at the same time really, really hard. Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies more than we do, but there's no one else who
her you are troubled. No, let me try again.
Isa.
なんじゃその焦った顔は。もしやまたわらわに頼み事でもしに来たのか。何時じゃからよかったものの、もし他のものじゃったら笑顔で迎え入れはしていなかったじゃろうな。
笑顔でっていつもニヤニヤしてるだろ。
さっきのは上トークじゃ。そうわらわにケチをつけるでない。
ああ、そうだ、大変なんだよ。映画。
そうか、なるほど。A は稲妻を人間に託し、自ら一人でいつ終わるかもわからぬ戦いをしていると。頑固で極端、自身の意志だけで行動し、わずかにでも力が足りなければ目的を達成できぬ。確かにあやつのやり方じゃ。じゃがあやつは今までずっとあんな風にしてきたんじゃ。一体何の心配をしておるのじゃ。焦っておるか。それもそうじゃな。兵は時に子供じみたところがある。それでわらわが手伝えると思ったのか。そのようなこと誰から聞いたのじゃ。
とぼけてるんだよな。わざとからかってるんだよな。
ほう、随分と賢くなったではないか。じゃが残念ながら今回のは本音じゃよ。ライデン誠の意識空間についてわらわはほとんど知らぬ。わらわが知っておるのはあれが信用の根本であり、 A の一心浄土とは少々異なるということだけじゃ。
それってライデン誠がいなくなったからか。
完全にそういうわけでもない。空間そのものの性質にも違いがある。じゃがわらわの机上の空論よりも直接訪れた汝らの方が感じ取れたのではないか。ともかくこれらはすべて説明するのも面倒な些細な点じゃ。まずはその空間の入り口に向かうぞ。
それ。風の流れ。それ。 風の流れる方へ。それせい。行こう。
方法はあるにはある。少し姑息ではあるがの。意識空間は何も知らぬ者にとっては非常に抽象的なものじゃ。じゃがわらわはちょうど鋭の眷属。多かれ少なかれあやつの居所を感知できる。言い換えればその場所が空間のどの位置にあるか具体的には分からぬが、汝を鋭のもとに送ることはできるということ。
抽象的位置？何言ってるんだよ。
理解しなくてもよい。もっと簡単に言うと、今のあやつの周りにある全てのものは混沌に包まれておる。乱流のように無秩序。無理に入れば荒波に飲まれ、時間と空間の中に迷い込んでしまうじゃろう。だからこそ一心浄土に入るときは意識を物体へと宿す方法が一番安全なんじゃ。
じゃあおいらはやめとくよ。お前たちが行ってきてくれ。
まあ行かなくてもよいじゃろう。最悪 A を失うだけじゃろうしな。
お前らなんもわかった。行くって。
決意は固まったようじゃな。では汝らを送るとしよう。これは？いや、何でもない。この乱れた感じ、わらわの考えを裏付けておると思っただけじゃ。そうじゃ、空間に入るときは汝の願いを心の中で繰り返すんじゃぞ。抽象空間の巨大な波に飲まれないためには、自らの意識を一定まで高める必要がある。意識を強く保ってこそ、わらわは汝を最も適した位置へと送れるんじゃ。扉が開いたぞ。入るがよい。わらわは外で待機しておる。汝の最後の保険としてな。わらわの神、汝に託したぞ。わらわのため、そして稲妻のため、全力を尽くしてきてくれ。
巫女を信頼していいんだよな。
さあ、行ってくるがよい。空間に入るときは汝の願いを心の中で繰り返すんじゃぞ。意識を強く保ってこそわらわは汝を最も適した位置へと送れるんじゃ。 うして。あなたたち、一体どうやって再びここへ。それにどうして姿が昔と同じままなのですか？この戦い、実に懐かしい。今のあなたの意志は、まるで永遠に関する規則を定めた時と同じように固いのですね。無数の戦いの中、あなたは一度も負けることなく、一片の迷いもありませんでした。たとえ、私が永遠における全ての敵を目の前に示しても、あなたは動じなかったでしょう。それほどまでに規則に従おうとする意志、称賛に値します。あなたこそ、まさに永遠の守護者の名にふさわしいもの。彼女たちがこの空間に戻ってきた時、まるで運命に導かれた必然のように感じました。では、この決戦をもって、私たちの500年以上にわたる宿命に終止符を打ちましょう。決戦？まさか。旅人さん、下がっていてください。私にとっては次の始まりとなります。雌雄を決するに必要な時は、王国の繁栄と滅亡を見届けられるほどのもの。雌雄を決するに使わんとする力は、大海を覆し、天を滅ぼすほどのもの。雌雄を決するに求めし意志、心を貫き、無双を転覆さし、しかしあなた、今なお存在している。私は永遠に存在します。永劫に伏せ、裁きの雷、ヒュッ、愚鈍で、タッタッ、タッ、やっ、とっ、て、たっ、逃げ道はあります。今しめ、て、たっ、裁きの雷、て、せ、断絶、はっ、ふっ、かっ、はっ、愚鈍です、はっ、そっ、やっ、邪魔者を断ち切りましょう。はっ、ふっ、はっ、あなたを切り裂きましょう。て、ふっ、はっ、ふっ、たっ、愚鈍です。はっ、て、そこ、見切りました。やっ、ふっ、無我の境地、永劫に伏せ、はっ、て、たっ、やっ、はっ、断絶、愚鈍です。ふっ、せっ、て、て、鎖を断ち切る。あなたを切り裂きましょう。やっ、愚鈍、逃げ道の背負い、決して怖いの、熱することも。戦時の戒め。はって、せい。ここまでです。あなたの勝ちを認めます。あなたは過去を超えることができないと考えていましたが、私の思い違いだったようです。永遠に摩耗することのない意志は、
結局のところ未来を抱けないのですね。あなたは未来の心配をする必要も、一人で前に進む必要も、あなたの強さは私が一番よく知っています。私一人の力ではこの決闘の敗者は私だったでしょう。しかし武芸の形と限界は刀を振るう理由によって決まります。私が背負いし者は天候へと向けられた幾千もの眼差し。それを思うたびこの無双の一心が震えるのを感じるのです。まるで誠から受け継いだこの刀が私に気づかせ鼓舞しているかのように私も感じていました。先の戦いの中、それは確かに新しい力を放っていたこと。その力は私の認識をも超えたものです。これは誠の刀です。もしかしたら私が彼女を心から理解した時にのみ、この刀は全力で応えてくれるのかもしれません。無双の一心を強く握りしめると、彼女と一緒に戦っている感覚になります。馴染みがあるのにそれを知らない感覚。一度も刀を振るったことのない彼女がずっと私のそばにいるかのように。認めましょう。あなたのその新たな意志は摩耗によって生まれたものではない。もうあなたの規則を修正する行為を妨げるつもりはありません。これからもこの身はあなたの協力者です。もう変えることのできない規則を作りはしません。あなたはこれまで私の過去を表す存在でした。しかし今日からはあなたが私です。誠はただ一度たりとも私を武器とみなしたことなどありませんでした。私も決して本当に変わったようですね。これが人間のよく言う成長というものでしょうか。わかりました。私があなたの影となりましょう。かつてあなたが誠の影であったように、私の行うべき責務に変わりはありません。しかし武者として今後もこのような戦いの機会があることを期待しています。勝負そのものについてはまだ不服と、そういうことですか？いいえ、ただ今までに感じたことのない新しい感覚だったからです。
もう戦いは終わったのか？これで本当に全部終わったんだよな。
こんにちは、エイ。それからこれを見届けている者たち。私はライデン誠。かつて責務を全うすることができぬまま散り、あなたたちにあまたの厄介事を残してしまった全誠。私は今とても嬉しいわ。あなたならきっとここまでたどり着けると信じてた。私は無双の一心へとかすかに意志を残しておいたの。あなたがその力を全て発揮した瞬間、私が現れ、どうしてこんな回りくどいやり方をしたのか。それはあの時のあなたが自分の考えを信じて疑わず何も聞き入れようとしなかったからよ。ただ私にはあなたの考えが変わるまで待つ時間がなかった。だからこのような形であなたを待つことにしたの。どっか許して。しかしそんなこと私には一度も。全てが急すぎたのよ。本当にごめんなさい。いきなり稲妻をあなたに託さなければならなくなり、ずっとあなたに悪いことをしたと思っていたわ。あなたが無双に固執しないためにも、もともとこれらの道理は私が順を追って教えていくはずだったのに。あの時カーン・ルイヤで起こることが分かっていたのですか？ええ、多少ね。どの属性の失勢にとってもあそこは無視できない存在だから。 今の私にはもう時間を感知することができない。この再会がどのくらいの時を経たものなのか、そしてその間に稲妻で何が起きたのかわからないけど、それでも私は知っているわ。あなたはきっと幾度となく涙をこぼしそうになりながらとても険しい道を歩いてきた。幾度となど私を見くびらないでください。ほら認めてるじゃない。そういった可能性も考えてあなたに贈り物を残しておいたわ。稲妻の苦痛を和らげるためにね。これを受け取って。私の最後の意識が消失する前に。でも最も重要な一歩はあなた自身の手でね。
光が種になった？
民を守る奇跡の木。今は誰も見たことのない未知の存在。いつ現れるのか、どこで発芽するのか、全てはそれを生みし者の心と夢次第。命を授けてあげて、エイ。まさかこれは。永遠は時間を無限に引き伸ばし、夢は一つ一つの節目を輝かせる。この二つが出会うことで神王は天理の金庫から解放され、漆黒の中から咲くの。そして悪夢は消え去り、現実は良き方へ。私たちの望む光景も依然と先に。残念だけど私は稲妻の未来を見届けることもあなたと一緒に行くこともできないわ。知ってる？エイ。私今とても嬉しいの。最後の願いも叶ったから。あなたの薙刀は無数の災厄を払ってくれた。ずっとあなたには申し訳ないと思っていたの。些細なお返しだけど、あなたが目覚め新たな出会いを迎えるまで神王があなたのために時間を稼いでくれるわ。どう？きっともう役に立っているでしょ。今度こそ本当にさようならね、エイ。さようなら、マコト。
現在のAが自らの意識空間に信用を植え、それが過去の稲妻で発芽した。そう簡単には信じられぬ、実に奇怪な話じゃ。
これらは全て誠の力です。永遠に関して彼女の理解は私より深いものでした。永遠は時間と密接に結びついた概念です。永遠に触れれば時間の概念が曖昧になります。
時間そのものに意味はなく、条理によって解釈することも不可能。なるほど。これこそがわらわの感じた乱流じゃったわけか。もしかすると汝らがあの時間に無事戻れたのはそれが原因だったのやもしれぬな。じゃがあの乱れた感覚はもう消えておる。
まだ私も完全には理解できていません。ただ全ての根源があの種であると私の直感が伝えています。
わらわはそうは思わぬ。誠の力であれば、もしかすると。
あなたが何を考えているのかはわかります。確かに誠はより高度な力を有していたかもしれません。 ですが、何がどうあれ、彼女のこの方法は最後の最後で私たち全てのものを守ったのです。もし信用がなければ、稲妻は何百年も前に災いと汚れによって飲み込まれていたかもしれません。
汝が信用に奇妙な感覚を抱いておるのは知っておる。じゃがわらわから言わせれば、信用はずっと存在していたんじゃ。昔汝はこの信用が誠の意識空間とつながっていることをわらわに証明しようとしたが、残念ながらうまくいかなかった。そうじゃろ？
ええ。ですが今わかりました。あの時はまだ信用が植えられていなかったのです。
でもあの木、今の姿とは全然違うと思うぞ。
信用はわらわの縄張りに植えられたものじゃ。当然わらわの好みに合わせて剪定しておるに決まっておろう。
そんな勝手にやっていいのか？
冗談じゃよ。発芽してから今までこの木は数多くのことを経験してきた。狐が精魂込めて世話してきたおかげで今の形となったのじゃ。わらわと完全に無関係というわけでもないぞ。汝らが空間を離れてから再び入るまでの間、時間は少ししか経っておらんかった。なのに内部の戦いはすでに何百年も続いておった。そうじゃな。わらわが思うに、旅人汝はわらわの言いつけ通り、自身の願いを心の中で念じておったのではないか。あの時わらわは A の居所を感知しておったが、同時に内部の時間の異常にも気づいておった。もし時間もわらわたちの追い求める要素の一つであるならば、位置のみを知っているだけでは不十分。じゃが幸い、汝らの強い意志によってその乱流は全ての願いが収束する時間の交差点、最も大きな可能性を秘めたあの瞬間へと汝らを連れて行った。乱流の方向は誠の影響も受けていたかもしれぬが、 A を助けられたのは皆の努力があったからじゃ。今回は汝らに礼を言わねばならぬ。
もしかしてオイラたちがあの決戦に立ち会えたのは偶然じゃなくて必然だったのか。
私はもともと空間の外と内で時間の流れが一致していると思っていました。ですので旅人さんが再び現れた時、とてもあの瞬間私が真っ先に思ったのは、もしや稲妻に大きな災いが起きたのではないかというも。しかしあなたが来たのは私を助けるためだった。あなたが来たことで私は最良の結末を迎えられました。お二人ともありがとうございます。私のためにしてくださった数々のこと、しかと心に刻んでおきます。
えい、大丈夫じゃったか？
体はすでに回復しています。将軍の意志ももう私と抗うことはありません。
体ももちろん重要じゃが、それよりもわらわは気持ちが落ち着いたかどうかが知りたいんじゃ。誠の意識にあったのじゃろ？
ただ彼女の声を聞いただけで会ってはいません。大丈夫です。少し懐かしいと思っただけなので、私はもう前へ進むと決めています。しかし今回のことで確信しました。誠は本当にすごいですね。彼女はあの時すでに稲妻の未来に起こる数々のことを予想していました。何より私の未熟さも全て彼女の計算に入っていました。稲妻が今日を迎えられるのも彼女のおかげです。私はただ種を一つ植えただけです。
そうだぞ。エイは自分の力で誠の前に戻ったんだから、それだけですごいぜ。
ありがとうございます。
今日ようやく汝と稲妻は何百年も続く影から完全に抜け出せたようじゃな。誠と汝は稲妻にとって不可欠な過去と未来。
あなたからそのような慰めの言葉を聞けるとは珍しいこともあるのですね。
なんじゃ、これも全部昔の汝が聞く耳を持たなかったからじゃろ。
誠と同じこと言ってるな。
ほう、なら将軍の位にわらわが2日ほど座ってもよいのではないか。はいや、そんな面倒なことやはりごめんじゃな。
冗談はここまでにしましょう。私はこれから数多くのことをやらなければなりません。将軍と共に現在の稲妻をよく観察し、現状を整理し、未来について考えます。そして鎖国を解除します。
本当か？それって大変なことなんじゃないか？
私はもう静止するだけの永遠を追い求めることはしません。であればこの国を封鎖する必要もないでしょう。きっとこれから稲妻には多くの壁が立ちはだかることになります。それについて私もとても期待しています。
あの人が無事でいられますように。